Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2023 IFBB Pro League Sheru Classic France Pro Bikini, and this is so exciting. If you've been following along all season, seeing this particular athlete get her first place win and her ticket to Olympia is really wonderful. So a fabulous show, beautiful athletes, amazing. And I've got my 5 weeks out video coming your way. I am also competing at the Olympia in the amateur, and I've been documenting my entire prep. So stay tuned for that video, as well as a couple more recaps from the weekend. All right, so in terms of Olympia, it's the top 3 from last year who are automatically qualified, and then the winner of each contest throughout the qualification period, which ends literally in a matter of days. So we're at the very end of the road. It is so exciting, and man, what a crazy season it's been. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so here's the scorecard. In first place, Christina. Second, Vivien. Third, Alice. Fourth, Judita. And fifth, Noemi. And the scores were very even all the way throughout. So here's Noemi in fifth place. My gosh, is she ever stunning? She really carries that pink suit well. I don't typically go for the pink. I find that it's a really difficult color to get right with the skin, but she looks so good with the dark hair and her lipstick. I don't know, she just rocks it. It looks amazing. Maybe it's that little bit of black or the darkness that she's got behind. I don't know. It's a great suit. I also really like the way she poses her lower body. I think she does a really good job of showcasing the curves in her back leg, and I love how high up on her toes she is. It's really flattering to her calf, to her hamstring. You see the definition beautifully in that back leg, and her front leg looks amazing. And I think arguably this is the most conditioned we've seen her. I think you have a little bit more detail in her hip. There's a little bit more lines coming through in her hamstring. Absolutely amazing. She's so well conditioned, great grooves, beautiful shape, nice flat stomach, awesome delts. But I do see consistently show to show that she poses with her shoulders a little bit uneven. I feel like if she could just pull up a little bit and get those shoulders to level out, it would really highlight her upper body and allow us to see the hourglass curves a little bit better. And of course, as usual, I always say the hair should be to the back. Like right now, this is covering her lat, and I'm kind of losing some of that beautiful hourglass shape that I can see in the other photos. But I do love the side part and this beautiful wave. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. Maybe in comparison with the other girls, the tan could have been a bit darker. Okay, next in fourth is Judita. Wow, gorgeous amount of muscle in her legs. I really notice her hamstrings in particular. She's got a great shape, this curvy bubble on the back, really nice connection with the glute. You can see the curve in the back leg as well. Great outlining of her entire quad. This groove in her hip looks awesome, and amazing details coming through in her abs. Really chiseled oblique, really flat stomach. She's got particularly nice delts, though I do find that this one comes off in a more curved way, whereas the way she's posing this arm, I'm kind of losing some of that fullness in the back delt. So I wonder if she couldn't play around with where she holds her hand, maybe a little further back on her torso, less close to the belly button. I love the suit color, her dark hair, the straight looks really nice as well, but I do think she could use either a bit more pop in her hip when she's posing, or just in general more size to this top part of the glute, just to fill in this spot here. But overall, I think she's got a gorgeous amount of muscle, great size, beautiful conditioning, and she just looks stunning. Next is Alice in third place. Wow, another athlete with incredible legs. I have to say, all 3 of the competitors we've seen so far have been extremely muscular and beautiful conditioning. Definitely the legs in particular are catching my eyes. Great curves in the back of her legs, really good size. She's showing off this quad beautifully in the back. Nice detail in her conditioning. You've got a bit more of that teardrop shape coming through here. Crazy detail coming through right by her kneecap, the groove in her hip. She's got a really beautiful curve to the top of her glute. I think that looks awesome with her tiny waist. So your eye just travels around her hourglass. I do feel like she wasn't quite in her pose. You can see the arm is not quite resting. And I thought perhaps her leg wasn't where she would finish the pose, but then in the lineup photo, she's posing with her leg like this as well. So this must be her style, a little bit more of a straight leg. I don't know how I feel about it. It's different. It's definitely a unique way of standing. Usually the girls have more of a bend in the knee and the foot is directly under the kneecap or even a little bit back. So it's definitely drawing my attention to her lower body, her feet, in fact. I'm looking down. So I'm not sure if that's what she wants. Maybe it is. Maybe she's trying to draw attention to these gorgeous legs. She's got nice size in the shoulders, though I do think she could have a bit more height to the top of the delt to just really match the height and curvature of her glute. But overall, I think she looks really great. A beautiful size. The amount of muscles in her legs is really stunning. And her suit color is beautiful with the long hair. I like the center part. She's gorgeous. Next is Vivien in second place, and she looks amazing. Her midsection is so small, so smooth. Her skin is just absolutely flawless and gorgeous. A beautiful shape to her glute. Nice development in the hamstring. I think you got this nice curve here. You see it in the back leg as well. I think from a conditioning standpoint, she's not as hard as the other competitors. The lines are not as sharp. There's not as many lines coming through, but it still looks beautiful. She's got a lot more of a softness to her limbs, to the legs, to the thighs, to the arms, and yet extremely cut and detailed, oblique, and beautiful outlining of the delts. So she still has great conditioning. It's just a slightly different look than the other three competitors we've seen so far. I think the color of her suit is beautiful. Like I said, I get this impression more of softness with her. Her hair is kind of soft. Her makeup is pretty. She's posing very delicately. I think she looks just very gentle and beautiful. I do think her tan could be darker, and I almost feel like she could do something a bit more pizzazz with her hair, whether it's a darker or lighter color or a little bit more volume, just to be a bit more eye-catching, a bit more showy. I think she could get away with it. But overall, beautiful. She's posing very nicely. I'm seeing a great hourglass shape, beautiful size in her glute, and I think she's doing extremely well. And now in first place, Christina. Hooray! I'm so excited for her. She's really been working hard. She's done so many shows, and I am extremely excited that she finally got her first place and her ticket to Olympia at the end of the qualification period. I hope she can take a little bit of time to rest, recoup, and come back super strong. I think the improvements from her last show, the Europa, are clearly visible. Her midsection has come back in. I think her legs look tighter. The lines look sharper. Everything about this show looks so good. Just tight, lean, full shoulders, beautiful posing. She looks nice and level. That hourglass is amazing. And, you know, I've said in the past that I find she leans in the way that she poses, almost as if this arm is pulling. But in this picture, she looks fabulous, really upright, really level. And I think this is the best yet. So a gorgeous win for her. And let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so here she is. You can see her legs look amazing, really good size, great curvature to the hamstring, nice line coming down her leg here. She has a beautiful size and shape to the glute, but it's that tiny waist that really draws your eye to the hourglass. Just an amazing overall silhouette. She does pose with her feet closer together than most. I'm not crazy about it. I don't think it does the greatest job of showing off the back leg, but it does give her overall a pretty nice shape. So I don't hate it. I think she looks beautiful. The hair, the suit, the color of her tan, she really nailed it, and I think she should be so excited. Okay, so here's the side by side. Definitely some differences in the posing. Everybody is a bit unique in what they're doing. Alice with her leg more straight, Christina with her feet very close together, Noemi with her back knee pointing a little bit more towards the front. It's definitely not a uniform standard way of posing, and that's okay. Every woman is doing what they need to do to showcase their own physiques. I'm definitely drawn to the conditioning in Alice. I think her hip and her quad look insane. Judita's abs really catch my attention, as well as her delt. Noemi, the whole lower body, I just think she stands so beautifully. She looks really muscular and curvy. But I do see here that Christina just has this beautiful size and width to her upper body, and your eye is really drawn to this very large glute. Compare the size of her muscle in her glute to the ladies on either side, and you can see Christina definitely has a lot of development. I think Vivien looks beautiful. Again, not quite as much conditioning as the other ladies, but overall just this very soft and beautiful shape. Then from behind, Christina's tie-ins are really good. And the reason they're so good is because they're sharp on the outside. I don't think you quite see the line as well on our second place winner or third place. Definitely sharp on the insides, everyone, but Christina's outlining to the outside is very impressive, and she's got some beautiful shape to the curve of her legs and a nice tiny waist. I think her hair is a perfect length. Third and fourth place, I think they could have cut it a little bit shorter so that we could see the waists better. I like the fullness in Noemi's hair. Vivien has this nice V shape to really show off her delts. But Christina, it's the glutes that really, I think, catapult her into first place. The conditioning, the size, and the length. Absolutely stunning. So in terms of Olympia, there she is. Amazing. And there are more shows coming up the final weekend to qualify for Olympia. So I'll be back with recaps of those as soon as I can. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and, of course, on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.